Have you ever looked back at your life and thought, if only I had known this earlier, things would be so different? We all carry regrets, things we wish we had understood sooner. But wisdom often comes too late, after years of mistakes and painful lessons. The Stoics believed that true growth happens when we reflect on these experiences and learn from them. Marcus Aurelius once said, "It is not death that a man should fear, but he should fear never beginning to live." The real tragedy isn't making mistakes, it's refusing to learn from them. Imagine how much suffering you could have avoided if you had learned to control your emotions earlier. How many toxic people could you have walked away from if you had understood their true nature? The Stoics remind us that the past is unchangeable, but the present is in our hands. Epictetus wisely said, "Man is not worried by real problems so much as by his imagined anxieties about real problems." Most of our regrets come from things we once feared, fears that never even mattered in the long run. In this video, I'll share the Stoic lessons I learned too late, the ones I still regret not knowing earlier. These are not just philosophical ideas, but hard-earned truths that can change how you live today. As Seneca said, "While we wait for life, life passes." Don't wait too long to embrace wisdom, because time never waits for you. Lesson 1. Stop worrying about what you can't control. One of my biggest regrets in life was wasting energy on things beyond my control. I used to stress over other people's opinions, unpredictable situations, and the fear of what might happen next. But the truth is, no amount of worrying ever changed the outcome. The Stoics teach that peace comes from focusing only on what is within our power. Epictetus put it best: happiness and freedom begin with a clear understanding of one principle. Some things are within our control, and some things are not. Think about all the time and energy you have spent trying to change things that were never yours to control. People's behavior, unexpected setbacks, or even the past. The more I tried to fight reality, the more frustrated I became. But the moment I accepted that some things are simply outside my hands, I felt a new kind of freedom. Marcus Aurelius reminds us, "You have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this, and you will find strength." Instead of resisting the uncontrollable, I started focusing on my actions, my thoughts, and my attitude. When a challenge appears, I ask myself, is this within my power? If not, I let it go. If yes, I act. This shift in mindset changed everything. The less I tried to control the world, the more I controlled myself. And that's where true power lies. Lesson 2. Not everyone deserves your time for years. I believed that being kind meant always being available. I thought I had to keep toxic friendships, tolerate disrespect, and say yes to every request. But over time, I realized that not everyone deserves a place in your life. The Stoics were clear about this. Who you surround yourself with shapes your destiny. Seneca warned, "Associate with people who are likely to improve you. If someone is not adding value to your life, they are taking from it." The biggest mistake I made was thinking that I could change people. I wasted years hoping that certain friendships and relationships would improve, but they never did. The truth is, you cannot save people who do not want to be saved. Epictetus reminds us, the key is to keep company only with people who uplift you, whose presence calls forth your best. If someone is draining your energy, making you doubt yourself, or bringing negativity into your life, it is time to walk away. Cutting people off is not cruelty, it is self-respect. When I started valuing my time, I noticed something amazing. I had more energy for the things that truly mattered. My mind became clearer, my goals sharper, and my life more peaceful. If you keep giving your time to the wrong people, you will have nothing left for the right ones. Choose wisely, because your time is your life. Lesson 3. Emotions are temporary. Don't make permanent decisions. One of my greatest regrets is reacting too quickly when emotions were high. There were times I spoke in anger, made impulsive choices, or walked away from opportunities because I felt overwhelmed. Later I realized that most emotions are like waves. They rise, they crash, and then they disappear. But the damage done in those moments can last forever. Marcus Aurelius wisely said, "You don't have to turn this into something. It doesn't have to upset you." When emotions take over, we lose control. I once let frustration push me into arguments that hurt relationships. I let fear stop me from taking chances that could have changed my life. But Stoicism teaches that emotions are just visitors. They don't define us unless we let them. Epictetus reminds us, any person capable of angering you becomes your master. Every time I reacted without thinking, I gave my power away. Now, whenever I feel overwhelmed, I pause. I take a deep breath and ask myself, will this matter in a week, in a year? Most of the time, the answer is no. The ability to control your emotions is one of the most powerful skills in life. The calmer you stay, the more control you have, not just over yourself, but over every situation. Lesson 4. Hardships are just tests of strength. There was a time when I saw hardships as punishment. I thought that struggles meant I was unlucky, that life was unfair. But looking back, every challenge I faced made me stronger. The Stoics teach that difficulties are not obstacles. They are opportunities to grow. Marcus Aurelius said, "The impediment to action advances action. What stands in the way becomes the way." The very things we resist are the things that shape us the most. Some of the hardest moments in my life taught me lessons I could never have learned otherwise. Pain forced me to become resilient. Failure made me humble. Loss taught me the value of time. The Stoics remind us that suffering is a test, and how we respond to it defines who we become. Seneca put it simply, "Difficulties strengthen the mind, as labor does the body." Instead of asking, "Why is this happening to me?" I started asking, "What is this teaching me?" That shift in mindset changed everything. Hardships will come, that is certain. But instead of running from them, face them with courage. Because every difficulty you endure today is making you unbreakable for tomorrow. Lesson 5. Silence is powerful. There was a time when I thought that being loud meant being strong. I used to argue, defend myself, and try to prove my worth to others. But over the years, I realized something surprising. True power lies in silence. The less you react, the more control you have. Marcus Aurelius put it perfectly. Silence is a lesson learned through life's many sufferings. I used to think that silence meant weakness, but in reality, it is a sign of wisdom. When you refuse to react to insults, people lose their power over you. When you don't explain yourself to those who misunderstand you, you remain in control. The Stoics teach that the strongest person in the room is not the one who shouts the loudest, it is the one who stays calm. Seneca warned, "The greatest remedy for anger is delay." Many times, I have regretted speaking in the heat of the moment, but I have never regretted staying silent. Over time, I learned that you don't have to attend every argument you're invited to. Some battles are won not by fighting, but by walking away. Now, when faced with negativity, I don't respond. I observe. When someone tries to provoke me, I stay silent. And in that silence, I find peace, clarity, and power. Because sometimes, the most powerful thing you can say is nothing at all. Looking back, I realize that every regret I have comes from not learning these lessons sooner. I spent too much time worrying about things I couldn't control, giving my energy to the wrong people, letting emotions dictate my actions, fearing hardships, and speaking when silence was the wiser choice. But the past is unchangeable. What matters now is what we do with the lessons we've learned. As Marcus Aurelius said, if you are distressed by anything external, the pain is not due to the thing itself, but to your estimate of it, and this you have the power to revoke at any moment. Regret is only useful if it pushes us to change. The Stoics remind us that we cannot undo our past mistakes, but we can ensure they are not repeated. Every day is a new opportunity to act with wisdom, to control what is within our power, and to live with intention. Epictetus wisely said, "How long are you going to wait before you demand the best for yourself?" The answer should be, no longer. If I could go back in time, I would tell my younger self, let go of what you can't change. Choose your company wisely. Stay calm in the storm. See hardships as teachers. And remember, the strongest person is often the quietest one. But since I can't change the past, I'll make sure to live by these lessons today. Because in the end, the only real regret is not learning at all. If you found these Stoic tips helpful, make sure to like this video, share it with someone who might need it, and subscribe for more content like this. Your support means a lot. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.